Welcome back, everybody. We're out here another gorgeous spring day, and we've broken out the brush hog for the first time. Growing season's just getting kicked off. Our vegetation's a couple feet high in some spots, so we're gonna knock it down and keep things looking real nice. Here in New Hampshire, we're over 80% forested, and I can see why. We let our guard down for a little bit, and the jungle starts to close in on us. And we found here on the property that the brush hog is a fantastic tool for keeping things looking neat, making this place look lived on, and keeping up with what we've got here. So follow along and I'll show you how we utilize this brush hog to take care of different aspects of our property. So where this is the first time I pulled this thing out this spring, there's a couple of housekeeping things I needed to address. Figured I'd point them out to you all. This lived in a field all winter. I assume most of yours will too, so you want to check the gear oil. Make sure there's no water in it and it's in good shape. No burnt smell, nothing like that. This has relatively fresh AMSOIL I put in it in the middle of last summer. I'm not going to bother changing it because it looks good. You're going to want to peek your head under here. You're going to want to make sure the blades spin freely, they're not overly bent, overly dinged up, and that you're good to go, no obstructions there. This unit has a slip clutch. I just spent the last 25 minutes or so slipping the clutch. Pretty easy procedure, but it's probably important for something that lives outside. You don't want that clutch to be seized and you end up destroying your gearbox with the first stump or rock you hit. I just greased the tail wheel, that's good to go. And another reason I'm in the flat garage here is I wanted to make sure this is level. It's not necessarily a spring thing, but each time I hook this up to the 3-point, I bring it into a flat surface. Outside on the flat surface works too, but it's a little more precise. I just pick a spot on the shoes here and make sure it's level from one side to the other. Adjust your linkages as necessary to see that. But it's not quick. You spend a lot of time mowing a field, and if you're off an inch, you can see it with your eye, and something like that would bug me. So it's worth the time spent in the garage or somewhere and make sure you're good to go. Five-foot cutter makes quick work of a small area like this. There's no rain in the foreseeable future, so hopefully it doesn't come back too quick, but we'll keep working our way up the driveway. I just wanted to point out this spot here. We prioritize it. We got our pumpkin patch going in right here. We got the stream in the background, driveway. Everybody sees this right before they come up the house. So I'll have my son out here weed whacking this steep slope. When I was his age, I was impressed by how much land I could clear with a weed whacker or a brush cutter. Now I don't like to get off the tractor if I don't have to. probably tricky to tell on the camera here, but this behind me is a pretty significant banking. Saw me hanging on there. This little rutted up area was the last straw before I ordered tire chains this winter. I had slid off the driveway here just plowing, and I was stuck for a good 35 minutes at 9 o'clock at night after work in a snowstorm. So right after that, went inside, ordered tire chains. So stay tuned for a video later this winter on the tire chains. So as you can probably tell, this grass isn't too tall, or these weeds aren't too tall just yet. It's still the end of May in New Hampshire, so growing season's just getting started off, but we like to keep things neat. Memorial Day's coming up, having people over, want things to look nice. Here I think I'll throw you up on the ROPS and take you back into a trail. It's one nice thing about this brush hog, very versatile. While I'm doing these roadsides here, I can just back down these trails, neaten things up real quick, so enjoy. These Yeti mugs are awful slick, but this mag slider lid makes a great spot for dust and grass to settle, so I don't know if I'd bet your last cup of coffee on one. See, I've got the pallet forks on here. I'm not lifting up any pallets, but this brick guard up front offers great visibility, way better than the bucket, so I can watch out for all the rocks and holes that are in this field. That works pretty good for me, and I can lift any trees or branches out of the way that had fallen in the path. My brother called a couple weeks ago. He said he just bought an undeveloped piece of property and he's in the market for a tractor. He said, "How big's your tractor?" And I said, 25 horse. And I was quickly greeted with a, "What? It looks so much bigger than that." And yeah, people are pretty easily thrown off with these. Like my riding lawnmower, for instance, has a 18 horsepower engine in it. So when you start to compare things, it's not apples to apples, and this little tractor can do a lot of work. You see questions all the time if it can pull a 5-foot brush hog up hills. Yes, it can. Granted, this wasn't super tall or mature vegetation. I'll take you over to we got our compost pile, which was still a manure heap, and it has been for 30 years. So all the grass around it's super thick, stays wet year round, and I'll show you what we can do. If you guys are enjoying following along here, please consider subscribing and liking this video. We got plenty of projects coming up, whether it be firewood, just rural living, trying to take care of stuff on our own and be more sustainable. Thanks for following along. We'll flip you around and show you what happened here. You can kind of start to see the level of the cut. If you take your time, you can make some lines in here that you can see for a little bit, but these thicker areas got quite a bit of organic matter that's going back into the soil. We don't have any animals pastured out here, so trying to do everything we can, practice kind of vigorous mowing, mow it way more than we need to, we've noticed a difference already in just a couple short years, so that's that. think you all get the picture now. Whether it's the edges of our driveway like you saw where our guests and our Amazon drivers get to see every day, or we're tucked way back here in the property on cleaning up some trails, this brush hog's the ticket. It really is the one tool we use that really transforms the way our property looks and feels. Highly recommend one if you got a compact tractor. Any questions, please put them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one. Take care.